going to guide you along the beautiful waters of the San Antonio River, point out some of the sights, share you some stories about them, because after all, this is a narrative tour, as your ticket indicates. And of course, that's why I got the headset and the microphone, so everybody can hear. So if you guys would be so kind, do me a favor, it's the footbridges. Instead, you can just watch me and have some good laughs on the boats, just not the other way around. So as we get started, that was our mall back there. Pretty neat, huh? Anybody ever been to a mall with a river going to it? Yeah, pretty cool, huh? The mall opened up in 1988. I'm so old, I got here. How we got the name San Antonio? All right, long before the town began, hundreds of years ago, it was the river first, named for St. Anthony de Padua. And he was a Franciscan Portuguese priest born in Lisbon, Portugal, the capital, and died in Padua, Italy, hence the name, just west of Venice. More about him as soon as I save my head on this first little bridge. June 13th, 1231. Now, by the next year, June 13th had already become his feast day in honor of him. Now, several hundred years later, June 13th, 1691, Spanish missionaries passing through here for the first time ever. They come upon this river, and they're so awe-inspired by its beauty, like I hope you guys are as well. We're just getting started, y'all. Up ahead is the actual San Antonio River. Not only where we were at the mall, but this whole section here was man-made because we dug it out about 4 or 5 feet and there's concrete at the bottom to extend the river from here all the way to the fairgrounds back there where the convention center is. So what we're going to do is we come out in the natural part of the river here. We're going to take this left turn and do a clockwise loop of about 1.5 miles and then head back over this again. When you go home, after you watch the YouTube video about the Hilton, pop in that great Sandra Bullock classic from 2000 called Miss Congeniality. Now, a few decades later, Neo-Gothic architecture became the predominant building style here. You'll walk around town, you'll find a lot of Neo-Gothic buildings. Let's take a look at the Kingdom Mall. There's a way to spot it. Over to my left, way up high in the sky. Now we come down to the flagpole. We just saw it's the highest flying flag in a building in San Antonio. We call it the Tower Life Building. Get a good picture right behind me at the tallest. More pictures of that than the Alamo or anything else out here, because it always looks different to me. Courthouse is a good picture too. But in between these two beautiful historic buildings to my right, where I definitely can't see boats is up ahead. I can't see around these corners. I'm tall, but hey, right? So I'm going to honk the horn. That way, if there's any boats up ahead, well, they can't see us either. They hear that and go, ooh, here comes a big old boat. We better get out of the way, right? So with this right turn, we continue our clockwise loop, and the river takes a left turn. So you look behind me, no boats coming, so we're good. But on the other side of the Beach Street Bridge, that opening over there, that's the other marina where we got this boat earlier, started the day. Before we built the Riverwalk, otherwise it never would have become the most popular tourist destination in the whole state of Texas, with the Alamo as number 2. So once you get the Alamo, even if you don't do anything else I talked about the tour, at least you can say you've been in the top 2 right here. Now, next right turn to leave the flood channel and head east towards the Alamo, back inside the natural flow of the river once it gets shallower waters. We'll be passing through this much smaller floodgate up ahead that comes down like a garage door closing. And as we pass underneath, you can look up and see the floodgate. And by closing these gates when it rains more heavily, we're able to make sure it doesn't flood in this inner part. And the flood channel out there we just left keeps it safe out in that area. So passing this dock over here, they got a few people. Get your cameras out again and get a picture of right in front of the boat. That beautiful footbridge right there was also in a movie. That would be the movie Selena. Near the end of it, after they got married, they're in town to do a concert. And they're approaching the bridge as we are doing. And remember Miss Congeniality, the Arneson River Theater, and that bridge that was low for me? I like this bridge because it's just the opposite. I got a lot of room. Again, the Alamo is always free to get in. It's open every day from 9 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. And if you find yourself out here in the evening, I know the airman has the curfew, but for the others, if you're out here in the evening, grab a table over here. I'll still be out here. You can shout out, wave to me, and have some drinks, and we'll have live jazz right here to my left. Well, up ahead, where we hear the beautiful trumpet of the mariachi here at Casa Rio, where we came out here on this loop. Oldest restaurant out here since 1946. 4 generations, over 75 years, of the same German family. Still wearing the most popular Tex-Mex restaurant here. I like to think of it as good diversity, San Antonio style, y'all. So this is a good place to have a meal, get a little history and some good local food, have a mariachi. There's a few open tables. Can't think of a better way to spend the afternoon. So gorgeous out here, yeah? And that was the natural part of the river, that clockwise loop we did. Now we're back under the man-made extension. Remember, this was done for the World's Fair in 1968. And what's left of the fairground basically is our convention center. Due to the winds that we're having, we're not taking the boats over to that section. But just a little bit further, a few hundred feet or so, you can walk that way. We'll be headed back towards the mall. Now, the World's Fair was a really great thing to have happen for the city during the 6 months of the fair, from the 6th of April to the 6th of October. We hosted over 6 million visitors from all over the world. And it really helped to put us on the map, spread the word about the Riverwalk that had been done more than a quarter century earlier, the military, the missions, and the many, many different cultures and ethnic groups and countries that have all contributed to our rich cultural history. And I've seen on my boats, guys, in my years of doing this fun job, I've had people from all over the world on my boats, every single U.S. state, every single continent, well over 70 countries, and I like to say, wherever you guys are visiting from, I deem you all honorary San Antonio for taking this journey with me today. A little bit of history and culture and some of the sights you see. You hear the bells ringing, I guess, 2 o'clock. Over here to my left, the beautiful steeple.